Hello, grade 4 students. How's everyone? Today we are going to learn about the United States government. Let's begin with the learning objectives. Number one, you'll be able to recognize rights and responsibilities of United States citizenship. And number two, you'll be able to describe the three branches of the federal government. In this lesson, grade 4, we will find out how the Constitution forms the basis of the United States federal government and divides the power to rule among the three branches: the legislative, executive, and judicial. I know grade 4, this topic may sound challenging to you, but I will try to simplify the important key points and vocabulary words of this lesson. So just pay attention and I believe you can do it. So let's start with number one. Government. It is a system of leaders and laws for making decisions for a community, state, or nation. Simply, it is a group of people that has the power to rule a country, a territory according to laws. Number two, constitution or a plan of government. It is a set of rules, grade 4, that guides how a country works. It may tell what the branches of the government are, what powers they have, and it also includes the rights of citizens. Number three is democracy. People elect leaders to govern them. It is a government students runs by the people, meaning to say people have say in how the government is run. They do it by voting. Like in the United States, people just voted for their president. And number four is republic, a government that gets its power from the people. The United States of America, grade 4, has a republic form of government. It is not a king who has the power, it is the people and those they elect to represent them hold the power. Okay, and number five is legislative branch or the one that makes the laws. Okay, at home, at school, you have rules to follow, isn't it? And a certain country also, grade 4, has rules called laws. And in the United States, the legislative branch is the one that decides those laws. Okay, and number six is executive branch or the one that carries out the laws that Congress makes. Okay, so this branch is the one, grade 4, that applies or implements the laws passed by Congress or legislative branch. And seven is judicial branch, or it is the one that made up of the Supreme Court and certain other courts. If the legislative branch makes the law, the executive implements the law, the judicial branch, grade 4, makes sure that Congress and the President are following the United States Constitution. Okay, and last one, we have checks and balances. It provides ways for each branch to limit or check the power of other branches. So the Constitution also creates this system, checks and balances, to make sure, grade 4, that no branch could become too powerful or controlling. All right, so number one, again, we have government. Number two is constitution, democracy. Number four is republic. We have legislative branch, executive branch, judicial branch, and checks and balances. A plan of government. In 1787, grade 4, the United States was a new country and it needed a strong government to make and carry out laws. So George Washington, Benjamin Franklin, and 53 other leaders worked for 4 months. Finally, they agreed on a constitution that explains how the nation's democracy works. Remember, democracy, people can elect leaders to govern them, and that makes the United States a republic. Okay, in fact, the Constitution begins with the people. But you know, students, in 1787, when the Constitution was passed, only men who owned property could vote. Okay, now look at this other picture. It shows the United States founders worked together to create the United States Constitution. Okay, it shows here George Washington standing behind the desk and Benjamin Franklin seated in the middle facing out. Now, grade 4, let's find out the duties of government. The Constitution says that it is the supreme law of the land. In other words, the Constitution contains the nation's highest laws. Everyone must obey those laws, including leaders. And the Constitution also explains what the United States government should do. For example, it says that the government should treat all Americans fairly and protect their freedom. It also gives the government the right to have an army. It allows the government to make paper money and coins, and the Constitution also explains how the government takes care of issues that affect all Americans. Okay, so let's have the main idea of this part of the lesson. What form of government does the United States have? Okay, so the answer is here, a republic or a government that gets its power from the people. Okay, and now let's talk about the three branches. Okay, we have the legislative branch, the executive branch, and the judicial branch. Let's find out more grade 4 about the legislative branch. The legislative branch makes the laws. The main body in the legislative branch is Congress. It is made up of two parts, the Senate and the House of Representatives or the House. Voters in each state elect two senators to represent them in the Senate. Okay, again, grade 4, please remember that the government leaders have authority to make and enforce laws because the people give them that power by voting in elections. Okay, so what about the executive branch? The executive branch carries out the laws that Congress makes. The leader of the executive branch is the President of the United States. Voters elect the President every 4 years. Upon taking office, grade 4, the President promises to preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution of the United States. Alright, and even the President must obey what the Constitution says. The President has one of the most important and difficult jobs in the world. The President deals with other countries, and the President is also the leader of the United States military. The third one, grade 4, is the judicial branch. The judicial branch is made up of the Supreme Court and certain other courts. These courts have the job of making sure that laws agree with the Constitution. They also see that laws are carried out fairly. The Supreme Court, grade 4, is the nation's highest court. Okay, its 9 judges, called justices, are chosen by the President and approved by Congress. And once appointed, justices may serve for life. Okay, so here is the summary of the three branches of the United States government. Okay, again, we have legislative, executive, and judicial. All right, grade 4, so that's for today. I hope you've learned something. So bye for now and always stay safe.